In this lesson, we're going to be creating the congratulatory message that pops up at the end of a level. So right now, between our level 1 and level 2, it just jumps straight to it, and we want to have that delayed for like a couple seconds so that you can see the message pop up, says level complete, and you feel all good about it, and then it moves on to the next one. So in order to do that, we need to actually have a little bit of a delay before it transitions. In order to do that, we're going to use a coroutine. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our end game trigger script right here. Let that launch. Okay, and now we're going to put this coroutine here at the bottom, and remember, you don't want to put it after the final curly brace because that's not going to be in the class if you put it down there. So make sure you put it before that, but we can put it after the rest of these functions. So to make a coroutine, we got to start off with the word enumerator, and then we can give it a name. So we're going to call this one jump to next level. And now let's go ahead and put in our yield. So this is what we're going to use to, basically wait for a little bit. So yield, return, new, wait for seconds, and we'll say 2 seconds. So 2.0 f. It's the float and new line. Now we're going to do, after we wait 2 seconds, is we're going to do this line here. This is where we're actually transitioning to the next level. So basically, if we collide with if the trigger collides with a player, then it's either going to set the play again button if it's the final level to true, or it's going to go to the next level. We want to go ahead and cut this part where it's going to the next level right away and paste it into this. Then what we're going to do is call that coroutine over here where it used to be loading the other level straight away. So we're going to use start coroutine, and then it's going to be the string. That's the name of our coroutine, so it's going to be jump to next level, just like that. Close that out. I'll save that, and we can go ahead and test it, make sure everything's working just fine. So what should happen is, since we're in the first level, it's going to have another level it wants to go to, and before it goes there, it's going to wait a couple seconds. So let's go over there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so that was it did it. It did the delay. So there we go. And so we got that in there now. So what we need to do is we need to set up having the message pop up on the screen at the end of a level. Simple enough. Let's go ahead and work on that now. So I'm going to, I guess I could just right click on canvas here, but it looks like this canvas is not showing up as blue, which means it's not a prefab. So let's go ahead and just get rid of this one and go to our prefabs, bring in the one that is prefabbed correctly. We'll have to set up a few connections again because those connections have been broken. So on our character, it looks like we are now missing the hearts. So I'm going to set that back to 0. If I can, set it to 0, press enter. And I'm going to lock this inspector just for a second. And we're going to go to the canvas, go to health, select our hearts, and drag and drop them into hearts. Looks like everything else is still connected all right, so we should be good there. And that's fine. So now what we want to do is we want to create a new UI, and it's going to be, let's see, what do we want to make it? We want to, well, actually before this, I just noticed this, our canvas here does not have our play again button, and that's fine for this level because we don't actually need it, but I feel like if we end up we can change to this and then like applying the prefab, then it's going to possibly override the fact that the other one does have that. So I'm going to quickly go over to the other scene. So go to level 2. I'm going to save this one, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this one that does have that button. So just say apply. Okay. So now I feel a little more secure in that. Let's go over to level 1. Check out this canvas. Yeah, so it's there. So yeah, now I feel like this should be okay. So let's go ahead and add a new UI element. So right click on canvas. We're going to add some more text, and I'm going to just move it up if I can grab it. Yep, there we go. Move it up here, and then I'm going to start scaling it out. Hold in Alt so I can scale from the center and just make it like that maybe. Then I'm going to say best fit, and under the text component I'm going to change the text to actually say congratulate, or maybe just level complete. Exclamation mark, because we're super excited about that happening. Now I'm going to change the color, and I'm just going to make it sort of an off-white, something like that. That looks fine. And I think we're good there. So now we just need to, I'm going to do the same thing I do for all my other UI elements, just move these crosshair things over into the corners, just like that. Okay, cool. So we have that now. Now what I want to do, I'm going to rename it just very quickly. We can rename this one end level text. And I'm going to turn it off, I believe, because we don't want it on by default. And now what we need to do, I'm going to go back over into MonoDevelop, and I'm going to add a new variable that we can use to hold this new text element. It's going to be a game object, because what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on and off, so we're going to be accessing its setActive function. I'm going to call this, let's call this in-game text, or end level text. And what we're going to do is basically right here, this is where the, if the trigger applies to the player, we're going to have this come up in either case, so we don't need to put it within both of these if-else things. We can just put it outside of them. This is the first thing that happens. And what do we call it again? End level text. Okay. End level text dot setActive, and make that true. Okay. So we need to make sure we assign that though. So let's go over to where we have that, which is our pink crate, if I can find it over here. Let's see, pink crate. Oh, I saw it, wait, there it is, okay. So now let's just go down. We have to assign a couple things here actually. Well, we don't have to assign the play camp button because we're on level 1, so technically that's not a big deal, because that should not actually happen. It shouldn't ever come up to where it needs to use that variable. So it should be okay without assigning that. You can if you want to though, just for the fun of it. We do need our end level text though, so we got that in there now. And let's go ahead and play and see if it works for this level. We'll need to go ahead and assign it for the other one here in a second, but wait for this to come down, jump. Yeah, I got it. And go over here, level complete, and next level. Cool. Let's go to our other level and assign what we need to assign there. So I'm going to go over to level 2, and I'm going to go ahead and select our character, or not our character, we need to select the pink crate, and we need to go down to our in-game trigger, and we're going to assign our text, or yeah, our end level text. So let's go and get that. Oh, I did not assign that, or I did not save that prefab, or apply, I mean, sorry. So let's go and apply that. So apply, cool, now let's go to level 2. So now that should be on there. So I believe oh, there we go. Okay, so now let's check out the canvas, and there is the text. Okay, cool. So now let's choose the pink crate and go down here, and we'll just drag and drop our end level text right on top of that. There we go. Cool. So now when I play level 2, what's going to happen? Let's hope it works. So jump over here, jump over here, jump over here. Just a lot of jumping. I guess it is a platformer, and we were focusing on the whole jumping aspect. We want to make this. Yeah, there we go. Really cool. Yep, we have that in there now. We can play again, and you've got all that working. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.